Okay, guys, the next step of buying your first property in the United States has to do with finding an agent. Now, this is very important because what you want to identify is someone who will be in your corner, and not every agent is able to do that. Not every agent is experienced enough to be able to do that. So I want to educate you on how to choose an agent that works for you. And here's a good process. The first step is that you want to do some preliminary searches to gather maybe 3 to 5 different real estate agents. And what you're going to ask them for is if they have experience doing multi-family purchases. You want to ask them specifically how many have they done in the last 3 years. If they haven't done any in the last 3 years, then you're going to want to move on to the next real estate agent. They at least need to have done 1, 2, 3, best duplexes to fourplexes. If they haven't done it, then you're just not experienced enough to help you. Now you can look on social media. I'm not sure when you're going to watch this, but if Instagram is still around, if TikTok is still around, you can look on YouTube, you can look on Google, you can talk to somebody, right? Any fashion that you can gather maybe 5 to 10 real estate agents, but at the end, you're going to really want to narrow it down to 3 to 5 people that you feel can deliver what you are looking for, because you are specifically looking for someone who understands multifamily real estate purchasing. Now, the second thing I want to identify here is that you need to recognize that the agent is not going to think for you in terms of how your investment property works. That's not their job. Real estate agents get paid on a commission, which means that the more money you spend is the more that they get paid, which means that it is on you, even though they may tell you that they're looking out for you, it is on you to make sure that you are successful. It is only on you alone. Now, here's how this works out, right? You need to sit down with your 3 to 5 real estate agents and clearly state to them, you are looking to get into this property, you are looking to live in 1 unit and rent out the other 1 to 3 units. You want to do this for up to 4 properties within the next decade. This is what you're looking to do. You want to come up with a plan to do it, and you want to make sure the property is cash flowing. And we're going to talk about that in the next video, how to look at the math for identifying a good property that will cash flow, or has the potential rather to cash flow. Is more than likely going to be a good investment for you. But you want to make sure at the end of the day, your real estate agent understands what you are doing, because if not, they're just going to feed you properties that do not fit your criteria. The third thing that you want to look for in a real estate agent is that they are one of the top real estate agents in their area. If other real estate agents don't know them, haven't heard about them, if they don't have experience, if they take long to respond, if they don't have a team, these are probably red flags. Now, I will tell you this. Real estate agents like this are often more expensive. Maybe by 1% more, 0.5% more, but they are often more expensive. But here's where it gets interesting. Because they have more experience, because they have better negotiating skills, because they have better time management, because they are more quick to talk to the seller, etc., they actually work out cheaper in the end. Better real estate agents who are more expensive in commission work out cheaper for what you are looking for, because they will find you the best investment property. They'll know what you want. They'll have experience on how to get you what you want because they've done it several times before. So then how does this work? Let's say you're looking for a $500,000 property and they're going to charge you, let's say 3%, 1%, 2%. Let's say it's 2%, right? Now, that's going to effectively cost you about $10,000, right? Sure. Now that 2% off that $500,000 property, let's say they take out and say back to the seller, hey, we'd love to make this deal work, but then if you are able to come back and come down on the price by $50,000 and then contribute this to closing costs, we'll be able to do this, and this is what I recommend for you. that now they've just saved you $70,000 on this real estate deal because of their experience. Would you pay $10,000 to have someone who could save you $70,000? Probably. And that's the benefit of having a really good real estate agent who's experienced. If you take the time to find the right agent, even though they may be more expensive, they're actually cheaper. So spending the time to find a person is very important. I would recommend spending at least a week or two on this because, again, it will save you a ton of money on the back end. And if you are saving, if they have relationships with loan managers, if they have relationship with underwriters, if they have relationships with lawyers, these actually save you money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, 2 or 3 decades from now, and not just a few $1,000s right now. So again, that's a really important part of finding your first real estate property in the US. And once you do this, then you can move on to the next step, which are some of the rules that we will apply to finding and locating those properties that will work for you. Again, once you have this agent, they're going to send you a bunch of properties. You're going to go see a bunch of properties, but the onus is on you to make sure the investment is still going to be paying off and you're doing the correct mathematical calculations. So in the next, we're going to talk about some quick rules that you can use to evaluate if a property is going to do well or bad for you. Let's go.